Hello, and welcome to Around the Political World with John Ruffman. I am your host, John Ruffman. If you're a fan of the show, make sure to hit the follow button on the top right of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening at this very moment. When you hit follow, leave a review or share an episode with a friend. It helps other people discover the show, keeps us going, and as I like to point out each and every day, it expands our base. Today is Friday, November 1st, 2024. Election Day is next Tuesday, November 5th. We are counting down to the time when the American people will make the ultimate decision about who the next president will be. What is unique about this election, unlike any other election I have ever participated in, is the fact that millions of Americans are already saying that this election will be fraudulent, that the result will be rigged, unless Donald Trump wins. I want to talk to you about the fact that the whole world is watching. The whole world is looking to see how we conduct an election. We are the model for the world, and at least we have been. But what will the world think if, when we wake up on November the 6th or 7th or 8th or 9th or 10th or 20th, we are still debating over who the president of the United States will be? Now, we have had examples in our recent history of disputed elections or very narrow elections. But in the end, the American people have demonstrated to the world our fidelity to democracy. And this is the real question that I want to pose today on the eve of the election, as many of you are still voting, although I would point out, according to the numbers I heard this morning, 40 million Americans have already voted. 40 million Americans. Because we care about our country. Whether you're for Harris or you're for Trump, we care about the future of the United States of America. But what concerns me is the fact that already we are being told that this election is a fake and a fraud if Donald Trump loses. Now, I haven't heard the Democrats say that if Harris loses, the election was a fraud. Have you? No, of course not. And I've heard people talk about the fact that there are the insinuations of rigged elections, that it's already rigged. We have, frankly, Elon Musk, one of the leaders in our American life, a man who clearly is a genius on so many levels, saying to the American people, of course Trump is going to win. And we're seeing money like we've never seen before being spent to elect a president. Indeed, Elon Musk has spent, as all of you know, upwards of, $80 million. Maybe it's $100 million on this election. There is something fundamentally wrong with the way we are approaching what is happening. First of all, there should be a national acceptance of the election results. That should not be a question of dispute. Number two, 50 secretaries of state across the United States of America who are responsible for the counting of the vote, every single one of them has attested to the fact that in their state, they will guarantee the election results. This is an important point because they are bipartisan. They are Democrats and they are Republicans. There is another point that I think needs to be made clearly, and that is the question of the assault on democracy itself. If we are, in fact, a model to the world, if the world looks to us as an example of what a banana republic is not, we better get our house in order. Now, that is not to say that our house is not in order now. The argument can be made, and is made vigorously, by the secretaries of state of each of the respective states, that in fact, the vote count will be honest, above board, clear. And yet, there are those who would sow seeds of distrust in our system. And the tragedy is that the leading sower of this dissent is Donald Trump, a former president of the United States of America, who took an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Let me tell you, this disturbs me. because Donald Trump may be the next president of the United States. He is already announcing appointments. That's right. Elon Musk will play a central role in the planning of the economy. By the way, Republicans have never planned an economy. They've always believed in free market growth. And we are told that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be in charge of America's health. Yet we know that his theories and approaches to vaccines, among other things, are fraudulent. We still have time as an American society before Tuesday to stop and think and reflect on what we're doing. And as for the question of whether or not the people who are voting for Donald Trump are garbage, that's not what I heard. I heard that what was said at the Trump rally about Puerto Rico was garbage. And yet, you understand, in elections, there are distortions. There are attempts to revise history and revise facts. Here we are on the eve of an election, and the whole world is watching us. How we conduct ourselves, what we do in this process will be critical. So I will wake up on the morning of December 6th, and you and I will evaluate what has happened or what we think has happened. But the most important single thing that will come out of this election is whether we have faith in the system which guarantees our liberty. That's right. The very system that has elected presidents made our country work and made our country an example to the world. So on this, the eve of the election, I have an appeal to make to all of you who listen to me. Spread the word. The system is working. The premeditated challenges need to be rejected. The only challenges to the system which should be valid are the ones which are based on fact. And if such fact exists, we must all be concerned. As for me, I have faith in America. I have faith in you and me. And even if I disagree with you on issues, I believe that all of us want this country to grow and prosper and succeed. And the core of that success is our belief in the very system which we will be exempling to the world come November the 5th. I am John Rothman. Have a great weekend. We'll watch everything. I'll be back Monday. So will you. And we will be watching, as will the whole world. See you then. Around the Political World with John Rothman is proud to introduce our first sponsor. That's right. We have someone who loves what we do, and I have to tell you, I love what she does. Be Bold America is produced by KSQD, and of course, the person who leads us through these great discussions is none other than Jill Cody. She's an author, a radio personality, and she does one heck of a job of putting into focus major issues, from protecting democracy to our climate. Let me tell you, the topics on the podcast are serious. It's not for the faint of heart, but that's to say the show is for all of us. Be bold in America. In an election year, what can we do to increase discussion, debate, and the rest? I'll tell you what we can do. Listen to Jill Cody as she exposes all of us to the issues. You can tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever else you like to get your shows. So this is John Rothman, delighted, pleased, thrilled to endorse Jill Cody's wonderful program, Be Bold, America.